was when we were shooting in Mickey's house. Rich was angry and was going to a cabinet, a very tall cabinet, to get the gun, and he hit it in anger while also reaching to get the gun, and at the very top of the shelf is a vase. And we're all standing in the back of the house watching this amazing performance, and he hits the shelf and the vase starts to shake, like it looks like it's gonna fall. I'm standing there contemplating to call cut for the actor's safety or to continue and trust that it won't fall because this is such amazing acting. It was a huge, conflict going on with me and, what my main responsibilities are. It ended up all working out and the vase didn't fall and we all had a big laugh afterwards.
Hey Mike, are you ready to join the bunny hop if that thing came down?
I was watching that.
Okay.
Rich ended up saying that if the vase had fallen, he would have been fine with it for the sake of the shot, so. But that was definitely memorable.
It was the first day of shooting, and we were in the warehouse, and it was the action scene, and Greg Bronson, who plays Cartwell, has a bag of cocaine which is split open from where Mickey stabbed it with a knife. What happens is he's supposed to throw it at Mickey, and Mickey or Rich is supposed to grab it and examine it and pour some of the cocaine out. And somewhere in the process of us scoring the bag and Greg throwing it to Rich, something happened, and we ran a take, and Greg lunges it at Rich, and it hits Rich, and it explodes into his face. And it's all confectionery sugar, so this sugar just goes poof into Rich's face and into his eyes. And so you just see him go, like, have this reaction of like, just everything's being violated. He had it in his nose, in his eyes, in his mouth. It was all over his face, his hair, his clothes. It was everywhere. I mean, this stuff, once it gets out of the bag, it goes everywhere.
There was a couple things that I was really worried about with lighting, with particular sets. Our warehouse location actually had no interior lighting whatsoever. Basically had to create everything with hanging lamps and then with our own lights. And I was really worried about it until we struck the lights and got everything set and got the first shot up, and I realized, all right, cool, it's not gonna suck.
Rich Anderson is possibly one of my most favorite actors to work with. He's just a great guy, and he's phenomenal at pulling jokes because he has such a straight face when he does it. And I was really thinking really hard. I was like, God, I gotta pull a joke on this guy. I gotta do something. I remember him teasing us because it's a student production. We have certain regulations we have to follow due to insurance. So one of the things he was kind of joking with us about was the day we shot the action scene, we had the non-guns, and they didn't have the right weight to them. They didn't have any kickback. There was a number of things that he had to kind of bring to the table because they weren't actually there. And as an actor, he did a good job making them look realistic. But he kept teasing me. He's like, oh yeah, we should have got real guns. You might as well just, like had me go like this with no gun and we'd put a fake gun in there in post. Nobody would ever want to do that, but he thought it was funny. So I decided that the day we were shooting inside the house where he's playing with suicidal thoughts and he's drinking and he has the gun, we actually had the .45 there because there's no ammunition going off. It's actually an airsoft gun. It feels like a real gun. It's weighted like a real gun. So I thought he would like that, but instead what I did was I had one of the art team cut out a gun, the shape of the gun that we were going to use, and we wrapped it in green tape. And I gave it to him, like, Rich, you're gonna have to do your really emotional scene with this green screen gun. And he looks at me. I had the straightest face I could possibly muster. And he's like, are you kidding me? You tell me you're joking. And I never saw him so disappointed in my life. I felt so bad for him. I was like, no, I'm joking. We can't possibly use a green screen gun. But yeah, that was, I got him. I got Rich Anderson.